Hey everybody, it's me, Robert Jones, back with a new video. Critical race theory is not anti-white. Um, First, I want to say I hope you guys, hope you guys been doing well. I'm in a different area right now. My voice sounds different because I didn't have a cold last year, and so everything has been caught up to me. So I just had a sore throat a couple days ago, and my voice is coming back to me now. And coughing up all kinds of phlegm. As I gotten better, but I figured I was able to, I'm well enough to do a video on the topic. Um, Now, if you guys follow my channel for some time, you guys know where I stand on individualism versus collectivism, and I've always been on the lookout for things that masquerade as one thing, but actually is something else if you dig deep enough under the surface. And I want to pay you credit of that to Yuri Bezmenov's video that I watched many years ago when I was in college about ideological subversion, where you subvert a current structure to turn it into something else, and basically the subversion is a way of rotting it from the inside out. I watched a video just about maybe a few hours ago. Basically, it was like a response video to a video that Karlyn Borysenko had made, where her videos gotten ratioed badly. It is like when I watched the video, it was like 1.5K upvotes, 6,000 downvotes, and I said, you know what? The response video I was watching was basically kind of shooting holes in her arguments, and Vlad was also making fun of her. And I said, I'm gonna watch her original video, because there are people calling her a grifter. They're saying, she's a shill. I said, you know what? Because I know that she will forthrightly say she's a former SJW, and so she's learning a lot of stuff that's been going on around her, to learn the truth that what she saw in front of her wasn't exactly so. So something to watch her video and see what it is that people are talking about. Excuse me. And her video was pointing out that critical race theory is not anti-white, and she went through her bullet points into saying what it is about, and I gotta say I agree with her, because as I said in the beginning of this video, I look at things from a collectivist versus individualistic perspective. I don't like collectivism at all. Many of the greatest evils created on this earth were done in the name of were done throughout a form of collectivism, where you pit groups against each other by using a particular narrative. And what she was saying in her video is that critical race theory is not anti-white, because they actively attack those who aren't white as well. And she's right. When I first heard of critical race theory, I said, this is another form of collectivism. That's all it is. It's another form of Marxism twisted in a way to get people to hate each other for some perceived threat that's not actually there in front of them. They just feel it preys. Really, what it does is, Marxism is a way of preying on the insecurities of one group, primarily an individual, but really the insecurities of a group, and placing the blame on a different group. And really, all it is a power struggle. And so, basically, critical race theory is nothing more than it's just a mask for collectivists gaining more power. It's a trick that leftists are playing on a society to get more power for itself. That's all it is. That's all critical race theory is. Same as with critical class theory. Same as with what the Communist Manifesto is all about. It's all about pitting one group against another group for a perceived threat, whether that threat's real or not. And more often than not, it isn't real. It's all in that person's head because it's preying on the weak sensibilities of the people who easily fall for it. And in this case, with critical race theory, they're preying on this idea that, like, as I wear this shirt, because you guys know how I think. I like a shirt like this because it's funny to me. The same. So critical race theory can be summed up in the same way as gun control. How it's always framed. How the arguments for more gun control is framed as a way of providing, but is in promoting public safety. But that's not true, because many gun control measures actually puts the public at risk, because, well, if their idea is to just create more laws, well, criminals and maniacs don't follow the law. So all you're doing is you're hemming up, you're hobbling the people who are less inclined to commit crimes, and you're leaving them at the mercy of those who are emboldened by these laws, because they're not going to follow them in the first place. They understand that they make their targets weaker, and that's what critical race theory is. It's a theory on race that's masquerading as a cover for leftists just getting more power. It's just another form of collectivism, targeting different groups to just basically pit them against each other. And her video, and it's sad that her video got ratioed so badly. But I know, and also I noticed as I read through the comment section, many people were saying that critical race theory is anti-white. And they say, you look at who's being targeted, it's white people. No, it's there was some comment made. I forgot what video it was. There was actually an article that said that black men, straight black males, are the white people in the black community. And what does that tell you? It means that despite targeting white people, despite this thing targeting white people, they'll quick as easily target someone like myself, a straight male black guy. And it's so many people are focusing on this as being anti-white. We need to protect what is whiteness, protect Anglos. No, you don't need to do that, because, and then she expressed her deepest concern towards the end of the video, that she thinks is going to create another white power movement. Which I'm not sure if all the cards are on the table. I'm not sure if all the things are in line for that to happen, but I can see another form of collectivism rising out of that fear, this fear of white people. And it could very well be. It could be another white power movement, but maybe I'm not seeing enough to actually point in that direction. But I recognize critical race theory for what it is. It's just another form of collectivism. It's another form of Marxism. It's another form of ideological subversion, to pit one group against one another, and to basically turn the structure upside down, to basically give more power to those who are pulling the strings behind all of it. My voice is changing right now in this video. So I agree with her. I agree with Karlyn. Critical race theory is not anti-white, because critical race theory will quickly throw someone like myself in under the bus, or in a gulag, or in a ditch, or whatever they want to do to me. And to get it to where, and it's funny that people say it's anti-white when it seems to be a lot of white people going along with it. And these are other white Marxists, white collectivists. The same useful idiots who donated to Black Lives Matter, another collectivist group, another Marxist group. And it just turns out they got duped out of their money, because it was all a grift. It was all a way for Patrisse Cullors to enrich herself, and now she's left the organization when she's being scrutinized for what happened to scrutinized for how the money was being used. So I'm well aware of what critical race theory is. It's ugly, but I think the worst. But what people who are adverse to it, people who see it for what it is, or they kind of see that it's something that's bad, the worst thing, one thing you do not want to do is adopt their methods. And their methods is using collectivism. Really, critical race theory is a threat to individualism, which really, at the end of the day, that's what matters. Because we're all individuals. I myself, because of this, because of the hue of my skin, I don't identify with other people who look like me. I identify with people who share the same values that I have. It could be anyone whether they look like me or don't look like me, sound like me, well, when I'm well, or don't sound like me. It's people who share the same values as I do, and people who identify, are the individuals I like to identify with and work with. Even people who don't share the same values as I, as long as it's not in such a direction where it's drastically opposed to what I believe in, I can come together with other people like that. If not, then I keep my distance until they want to, do something, put their hands on me like that. Then, well, I gotta use other measures to resolve that issue. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because it was, even though with my voice sound like this, I'm still getting over this cold. I said, I want to make a video in response to her video, and kind of response to the video that was shooting holes in her arguments, kind of also poking fun at her. She puts out good content, and I wanted to respond to it. And to sum it all up, critical race theory is not anti-white. It's anti-individualism. It's anti-liberty. It feeds on critical race theory. Is a Marxist leftist plan, this collectivist plan to prey on the insecurities of that are felt by individuals in one group, to pit them against others that they may see as being, they may think or more likely feel are threats to them. That's all it is. It's a trap. It's a big hoax. Don't be fooled. It's not anti-white. It's anti-individualism. It's anti-liberty. It's anti-free thought. It's anti-self-defense. That's what critical race theory is. All these critical theories, that's what they are. They're collectivist traps. But if you have any, if you think differently, please share your thoughts. I know it's a small channel, but I really appreciate everyone's comments. I really appreciate everyone's input. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you like my videos, check out my older videos. A lot of gun content, just political discussions, and please look forward to new videos to come. If you want to donate to the channel, look for the give up that cheese button on the my YouTube homepage, and take you to PayPal. Donate any amount you would like. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I see what I do to address them. But that's my video. Critical race theory is not anti-white. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care, be safe, stay strapped, and God bless.